actually. As you understand, this is more like you will understand that, more like a life realization. Not self-realization, life realization. It means it's about welcoming yourself to this life. Beyond whatever you believe socially or whatever titles you have, whatever you think is the goal of humanity, liberation or whatever. Actually, as Narad says that there is no benefit of devotion because devotion itself is benefit. So there is no liberation as such because this very living is liberation. What you think this is going on? Not us, but overall. Such a vast magical place, and we want liberation from this or ways to. So this place is more about allowing life to flow through you. And that is what I feel the realization of life. It's not something intellectual. Because mostly for us, life is a intellectual, some concept, some God, some liberation, some enlightenment and all that. But whereas it is just this as it is. And this is what it is all about, this as it is. Why you think they keep on saying, be in the now, be in the present? What does it mean? What does it mean to realize God? Why do people who realize, who had realized, they go into a shock, they go a bit crazy? Why? Because they realize it's this. It's always been this. It's never anything else, ever. Even what you know about your life is just ideas of past and future. So how to come about here is the point of what I have invited you to do, how to engage into action. Because what is keeping you aside is a certain idea in the head. And most interesting thing is, the most important aspect of us, the most important event in your life is present, and that is used as a tool for an imagination of future, or that is used as a punishment for some past. I am suffering now because I did that. One day I'll be better, I'll go there. And that's why they call Krishna the great deceptionist or great fraud, that it's all around us all the time and we are seeking it somewhere. And the reason why we don't feel this, because we have grand ideas, fantastic ideas, almost pornographic ideas about how enlightenment is, how God is, whereas it's as simple as this which is around us, this. And it's very hard to admit that. So if you feel that at one point, if I tell you that you are enough as you are, your whole system disagrees, because there is a deep, deep self-rejection of who you are right now. And that's what it means, that I feel that is what is the rejection of God. Sikhs have said, Ek Onkar Satnam. This is the truth, and serve it. Participate with it. So reward is already here, your life. You just have start to taste it, not think about it. Otherwise people are busy explaining the sweet, trying to understand the sweet, but never actually tasting the sweet. And the biggest gap is that we do not know the difference between life thought, life lived, and life in thinking. We think it's two the same, whereas life lived is an actual experience which has no words. It is just constant flow, whereas thoughts appear and go, that's what creates time. Where this constant flow, this constant sound, this constant naad which is going on, it is timeless, it's always on. Getting connected with this always on is that what devotion is about, what Shakti is about, what anything is about. Because people are trying to do meditations to watch the mind, to go beyond the body and all that. But whereas, as I understood, that body is the soul. This cosmos is the divine manifested. We are into it all the time. But there are two approaches, mostly 50-50 kind of humanity can be divided. One kind of people say, okay, I have to reach this God, but I will purify myself, do the meditation techniques, and till one day I will be able to see it. Because what is blocking you is your thoughts about it. But then there is that is like slowly, like in carving a stone, you keep chipping off the stones till you come across the right shape, right? But the other is path of mad people. They say this has to be this. So they start to, what yogi takes as a last step, surrendering the ego, an artist or a lover or a dancer or a devotee makes that the first step, that it's all you. I don't need to seek, I need to play with you, I need to dance with you. Some are thinking, where the fuck have I come? So this, you see, there are very deep implications that whatever is going wrong with your life, why you're suffering, why things are not happening, is essentially your body is the cosmos. There is no other cosmos. How you know this cosmos? Through this body, isn't it? If you have no body, what cosmos? So, your relation with God or divine is your mind's relationship with your body. If it rains, we say it's raining too much. If it is sun shining, we say it's shining too much. If it is snowing, we say it's too much snow. If we see how things are going, we say not bad. So see, we have this constant sense of dissatisfaction with what is, and constant hope and longing for what should be one day. And that's what creates an illusion. You start to live as a future figure. You don't know me yet, one day I show you. And this is essentially everybody is living around. One day I'll get what I want and all that. So people are living into that, shooting somewhere in the future or escaping from the past. So now the second point comes in from the purely non-spiritual, non-material, what I said in the beginning. Life is neither spiritual nor material. The point in that is that life is an ocean of energy. This energy is forming life. Experience of this energy is what we call enlightenment. But this energy, do you think God thinks himself to be a spiritual person? Or material person? So if you are spiritual, then say, why did you make material? If you are material, then why you are fucking around with spiritual? Point is, realization of life means you are not choosing one color out of the rainbow. all colors are yours. When you have this acceptance of life in all its colors, life also accepts you. That's where prosperity or joy happens. Now, when I say prosperity, you suddenly think you're driving in a car and you have a big house. No, that's not prosperity. Abundance of energy is prosperity. That way, even rich people are not prosperous because they lack energy. What money gives you is a convenience to buy things, to get things. But money can't get you health. Money can't get you energy. You can buy, but you cannot get energy. You cannot feel life. So, the whole attitude towards life has to be changed. This life, this is Shiva manifested. This is Vishnu. This is Shakti going on. Because blockage is not anything else. Your chakras are not open. Blockage is how you are seeing this. As Krishna says in Gita that, howsoever you perceive me, I'll appear to you like that. So, you see it as, I am in darkness, one day I'll get enlightened. So it says, Tathastu, so be it. You say, I am the whole cosmos. There is no separation between me and life. Tathastu, welcome. So what's the point? The point which still humanity will take time to get, the point is, it's a joyful, abundant play of energy. Because play has no point. Play is just overflow of energy which is happening. Like Gorakhnath says that when he's explaining how creation happens, that there's a absolute vast silence, nothing is manifested. There is not even manifestation or no manifestation. There is not such concept. It's just Shiva, the pure presence, pure state of bliss. Out of that arises a longing to expand, longing to manifest itself. That is they call the first desire. Usually here, the desire here means creativity. Because what we know of desire is when I lack something, I get something to fill it. But here desire means I am full of energy, I want to create more life. So our desire is a sucking hole. It sucks things towards it. I want woman, I want man, I want money. But the desire of what Shiva or anybody who's an artist is to expand, to give out, to form. You see, in nature, everything is forming. Fruit is forming fruits to give, not for self-consumption. Have you ever seen a tree eating its own fruits? So everything in nature is giving forward. Here I am explaining you the deepest point of prosperity, of Lakshmi. Why you are isolated from life is you are only creating for yourself. So road ends at you. But when you're creating for life, life reflects back, it starts to give you. But you don't care whether you get or not. You keep sharing and moving. You're creating a circulation. You're creating a seasons. In one of the name of Shakti is Shri. Shri means circle of energy. So what has happened essentially to us is that circle of energy has been restricted by condemning your energy, by restricting your energy, by stopping your inner joy and make it efficient in the society. So you are dragging your energy, you are using your energy to make things happen out of some sense of profit, future or past, isn't it? But to listen to this energy and trusting this energy is what the whole point is. My Sufi Guru told me that before you trust Shakti, she has to also trust you. That are you trustworthy? When you are down, you say, yeah, I'll surrender, Devi, please give me anything. As soon as you become rich and everything comes, you say, okay, I have so many desires to fulfill, so you can wait. So this So Shiva expanded, and out of that first arose a sapurna, a spontaneous energy. And slowly the whole process, then how it becomes finally a kundalini, the Shakti, then it starts to express and act. Look at a seed. It functions from dot outwards. Everything in nature, look at it. It functions from the center outward. How your mind is, it functions from out, fill me in. It is expanding out. So if I put it into short words, what your deepest longing is not enlightenment, it's not money, it's not a man, not a woman, not anything. Your inherent longing is, which you're bringing in from the Adi, from the Shiva aspect, is to expand, is to manifest yourself. Till you do not manifest yourself, you will not really know who you are. That's what I mean by realization of life. That you are life here to manifest yourself, express yourself, form yourself, invent and expand. So this expansion is the most sacred act. And then people say, what about the enlightenment and going beyond and all that? Who will go beyond what? Who will be liberated from what? If you are the life itself, what you will be liberated from? You see, here my definition of liberation is liberate the energy trapped into you of cosmic creativity. Let it flow. Don't let it become a bitch for the social projects and social ego games. By the end of it, you realize that when you have energy, that's what we call Kali, the Shakti. You see, for example, this electricity, whole city is on, but electricity is one. It looks like many, many bulbs, but one electricity. So when you are creative, when you are joyful, when you are engaged into movement, you start to realize you are an electric current of life. You see, on the TV, you see many, many serials, many events happen, but actually nothing is happening. It's just electricity projecting images and you think something is going on, right? So, yogis, nobody tell them that you are not going to die, you are eternal. You just know that there is always been this, like Einstein said, that energy never dies, right? So right now I'm moving, this energy is eternal. But because you think it's your bitch for your future projects, so you think I'm short on energy, I want more energy, when I will get it. But present moment is constantly energy phenomenon vibrating. So your effort is, that's where I will be showing you various ways how to connect with this present vibration. See, not a concept, not a I'll do this mantra. Even mantra is a vibration of now. And that's where the juice is. That's where you actually feel life. Guru Nanak says that everybody is seeking the truth, but a devotee is constantly dipping into it every day. You understand what he's saying? You're dipping into this. This is, right now you see the mental picture, but when you actually feel, it's always on. The sound is always on. And connecting with that sound is the deepest juice, deepest joy. And that's what people, all our pleasures and small happinesses, briefly gives us a little electric shock, that's all. Sex and games and drugs, they give you brief little and you say, wow, I'm happy. Another I'm happy. That's all is going on. But a yogi is going he has no time to think. So that's what we are trying to do. So be crazy. No, because see, then This Shakti is also called Mahabalaya. She's a great power. You become fearless. Actually, you don't exist anymore. Its Shakti doesn't care. It flows fearlessly, but without enmity. But in Sikhism, they call Nirbhao Nirvair. It just goes on, just on. And that is what we call the true devotion is. Once you stop caring about your mind, you just go on with this, which is on. So you start to chant or whatever you start with, but the point is, there is no break. That's one of the stress points. When you get deeper into it, it's a deeper stress. It's always on. There is no break. You just say, let me do this, then I'll take a break. No. It's eternally on. So Babas don't sleep. That's why I don't go for this enlightenment thing. I know I want to sleep also. There, it's on. Who will sleep? That's why they say that once you get tired of the world, means once you get tired of beginning of a little current and then it goes off, begin current and it goes off and waiting for it, then it comes and it's always bleak and bleak. That's where the vairagya happens, renunciation happens. You say, okay, I don't want any of this. And surprise, surprise, you realize you are the current. You're always on. Just feel. Your breath is always on. You're always buzzing. But your mind is somewhere else. To be in tune with this buzz is the whole point. You and the buzz are not two separate things. What is going on into your mind is app, software, being played by you, the original hardware, the very life. It's buzzing and images are appearing. You thinking you are these images, but actually you are the vibration and the sound of now. Is this making sense? So, where we will fit spiritual here and material here? You understand my problem? Even people who went deeper, they realized that they lost a sense of spiritual. That's why you must have heard about aghoris. They don't differentiate between beautiful, ugly, good, bad. They say it's all one life. That one life, you see, our suffering is we're constantly going from happiness to pain, happiness to pain. But if you embrace both, make both part of you, you see, it takes lots of courage to accept suffering, even more courage to not to be attached to happiness. Somebody had asked me that how to withdraw from suffering. So I said that the practice for that is when you are happy, withdraw from that first. That'll be fair, no? So okay, then so suffering will say, okay, now you can withdraw because you withdrew from that bitch also, which is called happiness. So it's allowed. But with her, you are all lovey and romantic, but with me, you suddenly go, what is this? So either you accept both or you reject both. To reject both is yoga. To accept both is bhakti. You don't get to make choice anywhere in any of the paths. Either you give up both or you embrace both. And embracing both is, in a way, more interesting journey than the dropping both. In dropping both, you'll be in constant struggle. You will keep on falling here and there. But then in engaging with both, your life is filled with drama, of course. One of the important things to understand in this is that no change happens without fire. And fire is produced by friction. But where our problem is, we start call friction as a struggle. You understand what I'm saying? I'll say again. Anytime you're going through suffering, life is putting you into friction with certain things. You wanted something to happen, it's not happening. Now you are going through a and heat is being produced. That heat means it will shell off, cut off unnecessary parts. They will get burnt. You will become more refined after going through suffering. Life is a constant burning and going beyond itself. And human mind is constantly trying to stay into one format forever. So this friction has to be understood, that this friction, this pain, this suffering, they are not something to torture you. They are the vibration which are breaking your barriers. You have to look at each suffering as a part of your Guru's blessing on you. You see, people think that why things go out of my hand, why I lose things, God is not good to me. Actually, God is being very good to you. People who are kept permanent into situations, who are very happy and they have everything, they are actually being punished. Because whenever you lose something, you don't realize you are becoming free. It's a very interesting statement I read, that creativity is diversification and dissolution is unification. So when you're creating many, many forms. When everything dissolves, it becomes one again. This has to be understood, that you are in the time of suffering closer to the totality of life because you're burden free. Because you're remembering the past, why that happened, you're unable to see you are right now thrown here, empty but filled with life. So this has to be understood very deeply, because essentially what matters, everybody who is doing spiritual processes, yoga or whatever, career or relationship or marriage, they are avoiding their life. How not to be this, how to become something else. And whole point of juice is when this moment becomes your everything. That is where you become the life. You become a creator of your life. If I meet so many people, I notice with every one of them, nobody is in the body. Everybody is absent from the body. They do not know about this instrument. How many movements you know your body can do really? Lifting the cup or little exercise or this and this. But if you look at a dancer, so your body, hand still please, hand still. Your body is a constant movement, but we have tamed it from childhood into restricted movements. Till your energy doesn't flow completely, till then you can forget about anything, materiality, art or spirituality, because life is this uninterrupted flow of energy through you. That's what Kundalini is also. That's why it is dangerous sometimes when people wake up their Kundalini. Why you think they go mad? Anybody, some clue? Because there are blockages. So energy comes up and you have put on the heat and you put the cooker on the pressure, on the heat, and the lid is blocked. Boom. So you have to de-repress yourself. You have to loosen yourself. You have to open your body. If you have to work, you came here to gather clues. So I can give you only the scientific clues how you can work on that. First and the foremost, work on your body. Don't do yoga. I'm telling you, don't do yoga. It's damaging more than helping. Yoga was invented 5-10,000 years back. Bodies were simple. They were working in the field. They were not sitting on their butts for 8 hours. And then you start to make these postures which generate more energy, and you do not have enough actions to express them. So it creates more complications. You have many, many repressions into your body of anger, of past, of this and then, tears and all that. They all need to be shaken out of your system. Till they are not out, you can keep on resolving psychologically, trying to forgive people who hurt you and all that. Basically, you need to kill them. Seriously, honestly, you can't really forgive because energy is released. Now it's waiting. It doesn't mean you have to kill them, but there is a way to take that energy and heat up your body system so much that it gets burnt out. What mantras do to you when you keep on chanting Ram, 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 Ram? Ram, Ram is in action. You become so focused, it starts to burn your karmas also. See, that is just one thing. Like Osho said that if you can run every day for 20 kilometers, you don't need any catharsis. Your body will cleanse itself. Your body has the capacity. But for that, let body do its work. Not to be a machine to constantly fulfilling your conceptual games and little pleasures. Stop to misuse the body. Body is the cosmos, the mother. Child, mind is the child of it. It has to become its follower. Listen to her and do things. You see, this is one of the deepest aspects which Hinduism has given, that how to start to serve as a mind to this cosmos. That's what devotion is. Your body, your navel center has more neurocenters than your brain. It is the cosmic database. This is social database. And cosmic database, all the geniuses, all the great people, they were connected with the navel. But these people are wild. They're ferocious. They don't fit into systems. They function from the belly. Like animals, they don't think about you, they sense you. Either he will show the teeth or he'll tail will wag, because they sense from the belly. That means they sense from the electric circuit. They feel the vibration of things. So, connecting with this body, so first exercise which we will do some workout, physical workout, but there is one exercise which can help you deeply, other than other meditations also. There are gibberish, which I think you must have got, all of you. All you have tried the gibberish meditation? Yes, sir. Was it help in any way? So gibberish and before I go ahead, that the movement of energy in us is, nothing is random. It wants to create something. Deepest fulfillment is to manifest something. And once you create something, it also creates you in that moment. But if you randomly thinking and gossiping, that is also creating a negative aspect of you. But if you take a pen and paper and draw a little doodle, in that very process, you have formed your energy into a new form. Because you are not a body, a mind and energy. You are a one energy being. When it's whatever you are doing, it's defining you. So it's up to you what things you do, it starts to define you. You think a singer creates a song or song creates the singer? If there was no song, will there be a singer? So same is with life. Life is a constant movement. Now when I say Tantra, don't freak out. Okay? Tantra means the methods and techniques of consciousness of life. You need to discover a freedom of the body first. When I say to people, they say, you mean to have lots of sex, that's the only freedom you know. No, your body needs to make many, many forms. Your brain, if it is living into a restricted system, your mind, psychology, you will notice your actions are also very restricted. You go to office, you come, and why artist gets blocked? Because they start to repeat the same pattern. They can't get out of it. Why any professional gets stuck? Because they keep on repeating the same pattern. So mind is like a child, it wants to change the life, but who will really change the life? The mother, the body. So the first exercise is that you have to, we'll do in the morning, I will show you, you have to make forms with the body which you never made before. And you will then realize how restricted you are with your body. You know, when I asked people to do, they will just stand and do one place and just, no, I am saying, go weird. You know, let all the weird things come up. Then you will realize there is an animal inside you also. If you start to feel that animal, means now you are coming to the core of life, what we call Durga. Why do you think we're showing sitting on a tiger? That ferocious energy which you carry, you're repressing it. That's what is becoming disease. But that is the source of all the prosperity, all the wisdom. Have you seen all the very, very studious students you must have known in your schools? One who's always succeeding in studies. In the end, they get married and open a little shop. And then there is a naughty one. They're doing good things in Mumbai. Because what? So it has nothing to do with the education. It has to do with your ferocious energy. So what it demands of you, this exercise will make you see when you will start to trust it, not to be afraid of it. From very childhood, we are told to don't get angry. Don't be so mad like this. Repress your sexuality. Repress means judge it. Feel as if something is wrong. You see, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, all these goddesses, we have established them into mantras and temples. But whereas your wisdom is the Saraswati, your body and its vitality is the Durga. Your connections with other people is Lakshmi. Durga is like fire, right? Heart is like heat of that fire. Mind is like light of that fire. But your fire is not on, so systems are asking you, love others. Why don't you use your wisdom? No. So what happens when the wood is not burning? Smoke. That's what our culture is. Smoke culture. Everybody's eyes are watering because of it. And if you bring little bit light and it catches fire and whole smoke disappears. Suddenly there is a light, suddenly there is a heat. And of course, see, when they tell you don't get angry, you hurt others. It's not fault of fire if you burn your hand, is it? This is what we are taught. Don't burn because it will hurt others. In India, for example, we are a victim culture. Keep on compromising. We do not know. 2-3 days back, did a podcast. It's from an Indian, but it's a major issue. How to say no. Because when people tell you, can you come to my home? Will you get married to this woman? You say yes. And inside you are saying no, but outside you are saying yes. So by saying yes, you said no to yourself. Stop saying no to yourself. That is the first spiritual event into your life. This very life, this very body, this is what I am feeling. I say yes to it first. You start to catch fire. All the crap will get burnt. I promise you, you will lose many friends. And your close one will say, why you're so weird these days? If you worry about that, then please leave today. Because if you start to connect with your energy, in the beginning, your life will be miserable because suddenly you realize that you have been compromising all the time, your energy. Adjusting to people all the time. Sometimes people say that, this person keeps on, simple solutions we can't see. Satya Ji, what to do? Because one of my friends always starts to talk and for hours he goes on. I said, why don't you just leave? You see, inability to say no. Just get up and walk out. So, but for that, you have to have power, not a decision, power. Then your energy feels, I don't want this. You tell the person, you don't have to be aggressive. You say, I do not feel like listening anymore. I will listen it to some other time. Or if you do not want to say no to somebody and hurt them, you say, can I think about it? Yeah. So this way person is ready for the no, right? But if you straight away say no, so you have to learn a little bit of Krishna policy or Chanakya Niti. Or you say that, oh, I can't come, I have a very important meeting. It's not a lie. What is that important meeting? You want to sit with yourself for half an hour. That is the super important meeting. No corporate meeting can come to that level. And what you have to do? I have to paint a little doodle. That is the most important. So, you are not lying here. You understand? You are not lying. You are telling a truth. You know, sometimes with the corporate level also, you are basically lying, oh, I have a big meeting with my boss. It's a lie because you are going there not really feeling like being there. But here, you start to send a message to your inner child, to your inner artist. I was just reading Gorakhnath's scripture, and in that the last aspect, after so many lokas of physical level, mental level, spiritual level, the most refined aspect just before Shiva is beauty. That is the highest state a man can achieve. For them, it's no more spiritual, material. They see beauty. Wow. They're all, wow. Krishna said that people are looking for me into truth, Satyam, Shivam, in consciousness, but I'm standing right in front of you in beauty. Beauty is the finest aspect of the cosmos. On the pyramid, on the top, beauty. Rabindranath Tagore, he achieved through beauty. He wrote in his last poem that now my tune is refined, everything is tuned, now you're taking me away from this world. Now I wanted to sing about you. See, God is a big narcissist. It wants you to sing about him. Our most life-fulfilling experiences are of beauty. Something touches you. And there Gorakhnath describes Shiva more as an artist than a creator or a father or a mother, an artist. Now you guess what an artist would love for you to do when he makes a painting. That's exactly what devotion is, appreciation of this life. No matter your suffering, you say, beautiful. You're fucking me up so beautifully. I love the way you are doing this to me. In that, artist is getting impressed by you. Say, okay. First time in many, many galaxies, first time, somebody thinks, wow, beautiful. So that's what. Because life is a friendship with life. Every moment you are at home with things. If I have to ask you, forget about spiritual questions or the material question. In today's time, in today's date, in this moment, are you in argument with life or are you in dialogue with life? Understand this, desire is an argument. I don't like this, give me that tomorrow, right? Dialogue is whatsoever is happening, I want to understand. I'm not saying what should happen, I'm saying if this is happening, I really need to understand this. This wish from life can be easily fulfilled if you ask life that show me how to understand this. Don't say that give me liberation, give me money, give me that. Say I want to really understand, appreciate your beauty. That is the finest It goes beyond enlightenment, beyond material. The finest request to the life that give me capacity to appreciate this form. Give me capacity to appreciate what this is for. So, first is a discovery of freedom, first on the physical level. In this process for 3 days, be total. Forget you are a woman or a man, whatever history you're bringing. Just become a living being with a body and energy. And allowing your body to make form is the first breakthrough. I don't know if you have seen, because the most of the happy people, for example, there's 2-3 guys I met in the last 4-5 years. One was just free-flowing dancers. I never saw him sad or upset. Osho said a beautiful thing. Suffering is a lack of energy. When you're low on energy, that is suffering. If you know how to keep your energy flowing, whatever seems like suffering to you will look like a little itch into your situation. You see, yeah, I can handle it. But same thing, small things look a big, huge burden that it can push you towards suicide. But when you're higher in energy, it's like a little joke. So here the point is not to solve the problems, how to expand your energy. Whenever you're stuck into any issue, don't think of solving it. Start to run, start to dance, start to create, get on high energy, breathe deep, keep your spine straight. You will notice slowly, you are becoming bigger than the problem. So that is the point in this process, that first focus on the body. Letting your inner creator have an expression. It's not about becoming an artist. It's not about becoming an enlightened person. It's about reclaiming your life and its flow. So body is the first. You know, in dancing, for example, if you dance totally, your all 7 chakras open up, you don't even realize. Yogi is sitting and making energy go up, then there are complications on this chakra or that chakra. But in dancing, everything starts. You become a one organic being with all the 7 colors flowing. Understand? Most of the people who were great dancers, good dancers, means total dancers, they naturally became enlightened. Because in dancing, in the moment of totality of dance, you lose your identity. You become pure energy. I remember when last time when I was doing whirling, this must be 15, 20 years, no more. Yeah, long time back. Oh, so much time has gone. Fuck. 30 years. 30 years ago, I remember when I was doing whirling, I was doing regularly. One day I felt suddenly a deep relaxation happened in the belly, and I felt I am a planet moving in galaxy. No fear, nothing, just. And that was the most beautiful experience, because it's first time energy was absolutely uninhibited. And what inhibits your energy is your mind, judging it. What if? Right or wrong, good and bad. Energy is never good or bad. Energy just flows. Because social systems have to run with so many people only if people are repressed and under control. You cannot really run a society where people are full of energy and creativity. They will not take bullshit from politicians. They will not take any bullshit from anybody. So whole system is basically trying to repress your energy and get adjusted. You know what happens? That when you repress your energy doesn't go away. You start to feed a system, you start to feed a relationship, you start to feed other friends. This artist will feel, as an artist I feel that I attract lots of people who want to hang out with me, but I get bored with them. But I hang out with another artist, it's interesting because 2 people are creating a third idea. But what is happening with the boring friendship? You are full of energy. They say, you know, I went there to supermarket, I bought this and this. They start to tell their, you know, National Geographic details, or that how that animal behaves. It first goes to the ATM. Then very surprisingly, it comes out of the ATM and moves towards the supermarket. And outside, a watchman is standing. So, and you are listening. You say, why are you telling me this? What is the moral of the story? Tell me that and we move forward. But no. You know why he is telling you this story? Now, this is a secret you have to understand very deeply. I keep on repeating it, but nobody is really getting it. Your attention is the energy which is feeding you and feeding others. Have you noticed your friends say, look at me, hey, listen to me. Why? When you listen to them, first time they feel they exist because you are paying attention. Otherwise, nobody is giving you attention. Imagine this attention which you keep giving it to YouTube and people and crap people, crap movies. And if that attention goes into your body and be there, it starts to reconstruct your system. It makes you powerful. How do you think this Tibetan, this Chinese monks could punch through the wall? The more you present in the body every day, at least half an hour, you will notice your body is becoming stronger. You're becoming more vital. Now everybody will jump at it, what I'm going to say next. If you say long time into your belly, into your body, opposite sex will start to get attracted towards you. Because people don't come to you for your beautiful face and nice clothes. People are electric phenomenon. Sometimes you will see very ugly guy with women are surrounding him. And you say, what's wrong with them? Point is, this guy is full of vibration. You have no vibration. Same is, I have seen, I was living in my youth time in Mumbai. So I was hanging around with models. The deadmost girls are models. They look pretty, but when you're around them, nothing. A sweeper woman on the road has more vitality and vibration. You say, fuck, this is amazing. This is what woman feels like, the vibration. It's not about sexuality. It's feeling the vibe. You feel you're talking to a vibration. You know? I was in Tiruvannamalai and I used to go every evening for meditation, afternoon. So there is a local shepherd woman, must be 50s, you know, for me, young girl, because I am 60. So you see, as you grow older, you have a long range of young women. So she comes to me and she says, she speaks Tamil and I speak no Tamil. I told her, Amma, no Tamil, Hindi. But she, I know, and she talked for half an hour. And that I listened and loved it. And we both were loving it because there was a vibration. She was full of heart and very fascinated by me, and I was fascinated at her energy. So innocent, so flowing, such a power. And then whenever she would see me and she'll come and just rant. Because she realized that even her husband doesn't give her that much attention. He says, he'll walk away. And I am just standing and listening. And what she's getting from me? Attention. She's feeling expanded. You see, that's what everybody is looking from you. Give me attention so I can expand. I'm not saying don't give attention. First, feed yourself, then feed others. Only as much it allows you. Means don't overspend out of obligations. Become an honest person. Say to people, okay, you talked for 15 minutes. Now my limit is over. We'll talk some other time. Not that we have 2-hour session. You know? Because you're spoiling the people who you listen to a lot, their sufferings. This way, you're setting a pattern. They start to rely on their sad story because through that they will get your energy. Anyway, that is same you do with yourself, you know. So, getting your body moving, give body in many, many forms and expression, your wisdom also starts to create more new forms. You understand what I'm saying? When your body is making, so yoga asanas are various forms, but they are very, very like alphabets. But what I am here showing you is that how to create a series of movements where you actions which you have never done before. So you have to try everything with your spine, whatsoever is possible. So you start to feel you have a body. It can do many, many things, many, many forms. Just with one arm you go. In that you'll start to feel a happiness coming because body is suddenly feeling joyous. Then another practice is that sitting still for 5 minutes. And it's one of the most difficult and most powerful because you move. So that's why I say 5 minutes. The more you sit still and feel the pose, be present into it, first time in your life, you are consistently present into the body. Body is Shakti, your presence is Shiva. When they come together, energy starts to crystallize and condensed. That condensed energy is what they use in martial arts, even in healing, into anything. It's not something you gather, you take some medicine, no. Your presence condensed into the body first will heal your body. I was just reading this Mantra Purush meditation. It is a bit complicated. This you won't learn, but in that, all the 52 letters of Sanskrit have certain place in the body. So what you have to do is, in that sense, specific sound you have, for example, for a knee, the sound is cham. This is jham. So basically you are putting your attention and saying cham, jham and specific mantra. What it is doing is when you give your presence to that part of the body and make a sound, you are activating energies there. So that is a technical aspect. But if you can just be into your body and be there and feel the whole body and be still. Have you ever done it? Either you're doing some practice or you're doing some mantra practice or you're doing some technique you have learned. Can you just be with your body, not doing anything and feeling it? Recently I told to my group, and I've surprised results which are happening with people. They're suddenly feeling very strong and powerful just by doing 5 minutes sitting. And if you do it for 2 weeks, your 5 minutes will easily become 1 hour. You will not feel like moving. When first time your body becomes still and you get used to it, all the problems which you're feeling till then suddenly looks very small. Because your body is not moving, your Shakti, which was constantly getting wasted into movements, starts to gather. It starts to become a pool of energy. So these two aspects, giving maximum movements to body, which you never did, and becoming absolutely still, which you never did. From these two ends, it defines everything rest what you do in your life. Then we have many creative exercises, but we'll go step by step. Because if your body can move as many forms, then only on the drawings what we're going to do, because if I ask people to do a doodle, it's again very restricted, tight ass doodle, little bit afraid to make any risky line, But if you really go slow and express, in that expression, people have, marriage problems, physical problems. I usually suggest couples stop talking first. Don't talk to each other because energy is going to the head. Other is start to move your body, dance a lot. So your vital body gets activated, which we call Kleem, Durga. Then comes Harim, Lakshmi, heart. Aim, wisdom. But first, body wisdom, body energy has to get activated. And if you can do that, your whole perspective on spirituality, on materiality will change. You will realize that you are the core of your life. How you flow from here within yourself, that's what is reflected outside. If your relation with your body is not good, you will find relations and friends who will have the same relation with your body, who will treat you the same way how you treat your body, your time. If you misuse your time, you will find enough friends who will misuse your time for you. If you value your time and energy, right kind of people will start to come who will appreciate your time and energy. Most of the compromises which we do outside, first we do with ourselves. And few things, what you do 3 days when you are here, keep your spine straight. This is one of the basics which I tell people. Keep your spine straight always. Because that is the highway which is supplying the goods to every country within your body. And if it's crouched, if it's weird shapes, supply doesn't happen. And breathe deep, long and deep. Till your belly. Mostly people are afraid to breathe till belly because your energies, your sensuality starts to wake up. And people have such a misconception of sensuality related with sex. Because as I understood, experience of divine is a deeply sensual experience. It's not intellectual experience at all. Your whole body catches fire. You're vibrating with life. So, feeling the body is like feeling the cosmos. And when you will, it won't be easy. As you start to be in the body, you will start to become aware how you do not like your body, how you have judgments. For example, when I ask people to circle their pelvis, I see everybody has issue. You understand what I'm saying? Because if there's exercise, I say, circle your pelvis. Especially women, they have problem because this is like very, awkward action, because it's our sexual center and energy. So you are people are doing like this. No? What happened? Just behave very weird. Nobody is judging you. In that, you are freeing your energy to express. Look at any revolutionary painters or artists. They were crazy. Shakti, Durga, is ferocious. It's crazy. Not in a destructive way, in a protective way. It wants to express new forms of life. You know why it is destructive? Like fire. Any new form has to come, it has to burn the old. So what we do psychologically, we want to maintain the old form and situation, and we want to create the new forms. So hence you make a little bit, a plant sprouts, and the cow of your past comes and chews it up. Then say, I don't know what is happening to me, Satya Ji, because you chew them up. What will happen? What is the benefit? I am comfortable here. People are afraid of life. You are afraid of life. Don't think you love life. You are afraid of life. You know why? Because it will kill you. But the point is, if you're really alive, you don't feel there is a death. You keep on dying psychologically all the time. Death is only in the mind as an idea. Have you experienced death? Any of you? You have seen other people dying. We gave it a definition, death. But actually, ask them. Anyway, that's besides the question. Let go of the fear of your energy, of your body. Allow it to express. Allow it to make forms. From there begins the journey. Same energy, when fire is on, it starts to radiate and rise up into expression through the arms. You start to create things. Many artists, for example, stuck into their head because they are unable to do the arts. Nobody ever thinks, I have to activate the fire here. Dance, move, and that energy starts to activate the brain with new ideas. People think reading new books will give you more ideas. No. Having a vital energy flowing, it attracts ideas according to your design. Your energy knows which people are right for you also, because energy is a cosmic wisdom. Your mind cannot know. You understand what I'm saying? We make decisions from the mind, which kind of people should be around into your life. But when you feel your energy, when you live in energy, you just know. So that is the instinct center. And intuition is in the mind. So breathe deep, spine straight, and today 3 days you will learn how to keep your spine flexible. Your spine and pelvis, if they are flexible, you will stay very long time young. You will not grow old. In Taoism, they say that when a leaf is new, it's very flexible. But when it's old, it becomes stiff. So the secret is keep your spine and pelvis and legs flexible. You will stay youthful for very, very long time. Look at people who are old, their body is rigid. Look at anybody whose body is flexible. There is a certain youthfulness to them because energy is young always. Mind makes it old. So understand this very deeply, because my whole approach is trusting where we are, not where we should be. Right now you got this body, open this up, stretch it, express it, then there are many interesting things, and hope you will apply those into your life, because here you have come to gather the clues, to get the right directions, that what is actually, do you need another guru or technique, or what I can do with this, what I got. So becoming creative makes you independent, because when you're creative, you start to feel a joy as yourself. And when we seek relations and others, we're seeking energy from them. We feel dependent on them. But once you're creating on your own, you start to feel self-reliant. It doesn't mean you will not have a relation. Now your relations will be more of sharing, like Shiva wanted to share out of abundance to form himself. See? Similarly, when you're full of energy, when you're creative, you don't relate out of need, you relate out of joy, out of playing with somebody. And mostly relations are dependencies on each other. You understand the difference? So that is very important. And your relation with yourself shouldn't be of utility. How I can be useful, how I can get a job. Your relation with yourself should be to feel the happiness of being you. And out of that, you start to do things. And only such people created cultures, by the way, not the efficient ones who did jobs, took birth, ate, fucked, shat, died. But there are people who took birth, tried something new. Everybody in their time was against them, but now we define them as our culture. So always remember this. I want to caution you beforehand. Whenever you will try to be new and creative, people around you will be against you. You know why? Because till now you were feeding them your energy. Now you're creating your own forms. They will notice. Many times I'm talking to a guy, suddenly I feel he's changing, and phone comes, his girlfriend. Where are you? What are you doing? Because energy shift is happening. I'm talking to a girl. Many times, phone comes, boyfriend. You see, we are linked with people energetically, who we are feeding by thinking about them. Why? Because we have nothing else to do. Once you start to do something, suddenly they feel they're not getting the charge. The database is kind of going empty there, And if somebody has no girlfriend or boyfriend, without exception, mother calls. Whenever there's a breakthrough in conversation, I feel now she or he is getting it. I feel that now I can turn and say, she never calls. Hello, mom, are you okay? And she's asking, are you okay? No, this is not negative something. Means whenever an energy switch happens, whenever you start to withdraw your energy and start to spend on yourself, and don't think you're selfish. Your design is first to get your fire going. Like an example I gave, share with people your heat and light. Do not share your wood with others. That is not being selfish. My wood, I'll burn. But what we do, we cut the pieces of us, give it to the other to use. I hope you understand what I mean. But when you start to do anything creative, you're burning your own wood. First thing who will notice will be your close ones. If your wife, she will say, what has happened to you? Because you are more becoming independent, more feeling joy with yourself. Why you're so happy these days? So much happy these days. This is the first thing they ask. Are you seeing somebody? You know, whom did you meet outside? Nobody. You're just feeling you're happy. And that creates a jealousy. Yeah? When you're miserable, people feel better than you. But when you're saying, yeah, I'm feeling great, I just did this. Yeah, really? Okay, wow. You know? That's why I don't tell people I paint or do this. They say, oh, nice, nice, nice. And then there's a dead silence, you know. It's so discouraging. Many times when I was in Osho commune, I showed a girl a painting. And she looked at it. I was trying to impress her, but she said, I said, I'm not sleeping with her. Because her response was no more energetic, you know. So that's the best of me I'm showing. So what is your response energetically? Oh, you did this. There's a certain kind of jealousy because I can't do this. We don't say, you see, if you start to celebrate other people's creation, appreciate, you will also start to create. But what we do, we kind of discourage them. Unconsciously, we say just no to them. If you say, wow, that is beautiful, you inspire them more. And that creates a karma, you get inspired also. So this you have to understand, you have to first inspire. It's not about creating artworks, it's about creating small doodle, allowing your child to express. And you will be surprised how it starts to flow. That flow is the point, that is the tantra. You're not using anybody. That's what tantra says. You are not using the other's body. You are like a child. You are enjoying your flow and other person's flow, that's all. You're not going anywhere with this. There is no manipulation of your body or the other's body. And that's exactly the relation with life also. You're not manipulating life to give you things. You just like to be here and get excited about things, draw small things. That is the deepest prayer. Dance, sing. Then you will say, fuck enlightenment. I love this as it is. And that is the greatest compliment to Krishna. Krishna says in Gita, yogi wants limited. He wants liberation. A materialist wants some little chunks of property or the goodies. But a devotee says, I don't want liberation. I don't want samsara. I want to play with you. Now that is never rejected by life. Dare and say, I want to play with you. I don't care about enlightenment, I get this or not. You see what happens when you are friends with the king? You don't have to worry about anything after that. Because now the boss knows you. You have to not worry about the watchmen and assistants and clerks there. You know. This is what it is, whole game. Becoming the royalty of life, that this life, this cosmos is me, my body, and I create more life with my life. Shri Ramachandra